Good noon, everyone. Welcome to the news on Monday. It is now 12 p.m. and this is MDS Hussain with you. Let's go through highlight the headlines of today's news. North Koreans Kim open to US talks has spawned memories of Trump. Kim met Trump 3 times for high-profile summits during Trump's first term before talks collapsed in Hanoi. World Summit to meet one two-state solution as support grows for Palestinian state. Philippines halts work classes as super typhoon barrels towards Luzon. Chief Advisor Yunus up to New York with Fakhrul Jamaat NCP leaders. Incessant rain in Dhaka, streets underwater. News outlets criticize Pentagon's new restrictions on media coverage. News of Bangladesh. I got shot trying to save Abu Said when Abu Said, a student of Begum Rokia University in Jamalpur, in Rangpur, collapsed on the ground after. Chittagong, Naga, Naushindi get new DCs. The government has appointed new Deputy Commissioner DC in 3 districts. Mokhlesur Rahman transferred from MOPA. He has been appointed to Planning Commission. Trial for crimes against humanity. National Citizen Party convener Nahid Islam yesterday demanded that the Awami League be put on trial. Graft cases against Hasina Chioli. 4 more prosecution witnesses yesterday testified in the 3 graft cases filed against 23 people. Magnitude 4 quake jolts Sylhet. Held in India over trafficking Bangladeshi girl. A large sum of Indian, Bangladeshi and other currencies seized. 40 held with drugs, weapons in Mohammadpur. Police have arrested 40 people with explosives, narcotics and locally made weapons during an overnight raid in Geneva camp under Mohammadpur police station in Dhaka. The drive began at 4 p.m. on Saturday and continued until 3:30 a.m. yesterday with the support of 120 members of Tezgao Division Police, according to the press statement issued yesterday. From their possession, police recovered 8 crude bombs, 2 petrol bombs, 6 samurai swords, 5 helmets, 3 knives, 11 stolen mobile phones, and 500 grams of heroin, it added. Police said the raid was part of regular operations to maintain law and order in capital. Legal proceedings are underway against the arrestees at Mohammadpur police station, in a statement added. A Dhaka court has ordered the confiscation of 81 million from the Philippines Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation RCBC in the Bangladesh Bank BB Reserve Heist case. The CID investigating the case has expressed hope that this order will initiate that process of recovering the funds stolen in the 2016 cyber heist. The Metropolitan Senior Special Judges Court issued the directive under Section 1727 of the Money Laundering Prevention Act 2012 as amended in 2015 on Thursday following an application by the CID. At a press conference at the CID headquarters yesterday afternoon, the agency's Chief Additional Inspector General of Police, Mr. Sibgatullah, said their investigation proved that RCBC's then President and CEO Lorenzo, then Jupiter branch manager Maya Santos Giguito, and several other bank officials were directly involved in laundering the stolen funds. Later in a press release, the CID said the Bangladesh government will now formally request the Philippines to return the money following guidelines from the UNTOC Convention and the FATF. Ehsanul Haq Shamaji, a special prosecutorial advisor to the Home Ministry, told the press conference that copies of the court's order have already been sent to all relevant authorities, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, current President and CEO RCBC, the Philippines Department of Justice, and the Governor of the Central Bank and Dhaka's ambassador in Manila and Manila's ambassador in Dhaka. We believe that since Bangladesh is on good terms with the international community, this court order will be implemented swiftly through administrative procedures, said Shamaji. Under Bangladesh's Money Laundering Prevention Act 2012, a court verdict to confiscate funds held in a foreign bank follows a specific process. Initially, the verdict is sent to the Foreign Ministry, which then communicates and coordinates with its counterpart in the relevant country. Subsequently, if a court in that country deems the Bangladeshi court order justifiable, it can issue a corresponding confiscation order. In response to a question that, at the briefing, the CID chief informed that the investigation to identify the involvement of local and foreign syndicates is nearly complete. On February 4, 2016, 101 million was stolen from BBS reserves at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Of this, 20 million was recovered from Sri Lanka within days. The other 81 million was sent to 4 accounts at RCBC in Manila, which quickly went to different casino accounts in Manila. According to the CID, of the 81 million that went to Philippines through RCBC, 68,000 was returned to BB on February 16, 2016. At Reuters report on July 21, 2016 stated that 18 million had already been recovered from the Philippines in September 2016. A Philippine court ordered the return of another 15 million to BB, which had been confiscated by the country's central bank from a casino operator, according to the Daily Star report. BB received these funds on November 11 of the year. In total, BB recovered more than 33 million of stolen money from the Philippines and another 20 million from the Sri Lanka, according to the reports. To the total unrecovered amount is nearly 48 million. When asked why Bangladesh is still claiming 81 million from the Philippines, Josimuddin Khan, Special Police Superintendent of CID, told the Daily Star, "Our investigation finds RCBC as an institution was involved in laundering 81 million from us. We only recovered 68,000 from them. The rest of the money was recovered from the other sources." On March 15, 2016, M. Jubair bin Huda, then Deputy Director, Accounts and Budgeting of the Central Bank, filed a case under the Money Laundering Prevention Act at Motijil Police Station against unidentified individuals. The CID was assigned to investigate the cases, and the submission of the reservist proof report has been delayed multiple times. The CID was scheduled to submit the investigation report on August 26, but failed to do so. Dhaka Additional Metropolitan Magistrate Zakir Hossein's court has since set September 29 as the next submission date. One held for vandalizing idols in Jamalpur temple. Police yesterday arrested a man in connection with the vandalism of 7 idols. At a temple in Jamalpur's Shorishabaris Upazila. The incident took place late on Saturday night at Tarayapara temple in the municipality. The arrestee was Habibur Rahman, 35 years old, of Shimlapalli village, said Sharishabari police station officer in charge Rashidul Hassan. According to the police, a temple authorities' idols had been captured for the upcoming Durga Puja at the temple. After the artisans left on Saturday night, a man entered the temple and smashed the heads and other parts of the idols. The following morning, members of the temple committee discovered the damage and informed police, said Ghosh Chandra Verma, president of the temple committee. Law enforcers later reviewed CCTV footage and arrested Habibur Rahman. The Asian News. Pakistan police finds bodies of 3 transgender women. The bodies of 2 transgender women were found Sunday on a roadside in Pakistan's largest city. Pakistan court indicts man over teenage influencer killing. A man accused of shooting dead a 17-year-old TikTok star at her home in Pakistan after she had repeatedly ex-Nepal Prime Minister Oli blames infiltrators. Ex-Nepal PM Oli blames infiltrators. Nepal's deposed Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli yesterday said the government did not order police. India expects KSA to respect mutual trust. India yesterday said it hoped Saudi Arabia would keep in mind mutual interests and sensitivities between. 6.1 magnitude quake hits Indonesia's central Papua USGS. Sri Lanka jails keeper in its first elephant trafficking case. Nepal's state PM calls for probe into deadly youth protest. Blast kill at least 11 in southwestern Pakistan. The world news. Iran halts cooperation with IAEA. Venezuela officers military training to public amid Trump's threats. Israel strikes kill 31 people in Gaza City at tanks and bombs medics. Stop using foreign products. The Narendra Modi's advice. Trump's deal on Bagram not possible. An Afghan government defense official yesterday said that a deal over Bagram air base on not possible. Israel's Netanyahu tells Western leaders there will be no Palestinian state. Israel strikes kill 55 people in Gaza. Israeli forces blew up more residential buildings in Gaza City yesterday, killing dozens of Palestinians and prompting many others to flee, Gazan health authorities said, as Israel's tanks pushed further into the densely populated city. Nearly 2 years into the war, Israel describes Gaza City as the last bastion of Hamas, and the military has been demolishing housing blocks it says were being used by the militant group since launching its ground assault in the city this month. A pregnant woman and her 2 children were among 55 people killed yesterday. Al Jazeera reported coaching medics. At least 37 of the victims were in Gaza City, sources said. The Israeli military did not immediately comment on the deaths, issuing a statement saying its forces had killed numerous militants. Relatives sifted through the rubble of one of the apartment buildings that was hit in Gaza City trying to salvage their belongings. The mother, the boy, the girl and the baby in her womb. We found them all gone, said Moshallam al-Haddad. The dead woman's father-in-law, saying his son had been seriously injured in the strike. Israel said on Saturday its forces had expanded their operations in the Gaza City area over the past few days, killing 30 militants and locating weapons started. Witnesses said Israeli tanks were advancing towards the west through Tel Al-Haya, a southeastern suburb. The Israeli military estimates that more than 450,000 people have left the city since the start of September. Hamas reports this, saying just under 300,000 have left and that about 900,000 people remain. In southern Israel, a raid sirens sounded when Gaza militants fired 2 rockets across the border, one of which was intercepted and the other fell in an open field. The military said no casualties were reported. The offensive has alarmed families of Israeli hostages still held by Hamas in Gaza. 20 of those 48 captives are thought to still be alive. Thousands relied one Saturday night outside Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's official residence in Jerusalem, calling on him to make a deal with will end the war and bring the hostages home. Thanks everybody and thanks everyone for today's news.